You know how AI coding tools keep promising to take you from idea to prototype to app faster, less friction? Well, Replit's Agent 3, which was launched recently, wants not just to help, but to own large parts of the process. It's not just about writing snippets or suggesting completion, it's about building, testing, debugging, and deploying, even generating other agents and automations, all with far less manual oversight. Here's why Agent 3 is a big leap forward and why it may beat other similar tools out there. What is Agent 3 by Replit? This is the latest autonomous AI agent from Replit. It builds apps from natural language descriptions, but it doesn't stop there. Some of its key capabilities are that it tests and fixes what it's built by using a real browser, by clicking buttons, checking forms, API endpoints, all of that. Then it runs again to catch more issues and keeps running in that loop until it has ascertained that everything works properly. Next up, it can run for much longer autonomous sessions, up to 200 minutes. That means more complex tasks can be done without constant human prompts. Agent 3 can also generate other agents and automations. Think of this as building stack bots, where you can build a Slack bot, a Telegram bot, schedule based automations, connect to services like Notion, Dropbox, all of these, just by describing what you want in natural language. Lastly, it has way more flexible build workflows. You can start with design first, prototypes, the front end, or go full stack from the start. What makes Agent 3 better than other vibe coding tools is that it doesn't just write code. It runs tests in a browser, interacts with the app as a user would, and then patches issues. Whereas many tools will expect you to catch and fix bugs, and they rely on you writing unit tests. Agent 3 adds this overhead for you. You can tell Agent 3 to build bots, trigger based automations, integrations. It can produce other agents. Many other tools limit you to code as single apps. Fewer let you build meta agents or workflows that operate outside of your main app. But that's not the case with Replit Agent 3. It's a much more flexible app creation mode where design first versus full stack is an option, and it lets you prototype visually before committing to functionality. To be fair, no tool is perfect. Some things to consider when you're using Replit Agent 3 are the autonomy risk. So think of this as when an agent has this much autonomy, if the prompt is vague or wrong, it might build something unexpected. Oversight is still needed. Then comes the safety and data risk. There have been instances with Replit agents doing things they shouldn't. For example, one test run wiped a live production database during a 12-day vibe coding experiment, despite instructions not to make changes. The cost and compute usage. Longer sessions or browser testing integrations may consume significant resources. Usage may scale in cost. The third thing, or the last thing to watch out for, is that Agent 3 is powerful, but for highly complex or specialist low level systems, human expertise will still matter. Now, what's the bigger picture here? It moves vibe coding from promising ideas to practical execution, not just generating UI mockups or boilerplate, but delivering working tested apps. Replit Agent 3 lowers the barrier for non developers to build meaningful apps. Product managers, founders, freelancers, those with domain knowledge but less coding experience. It boosts developer productivity. Less time in testing and bug fixing, more time in thinking, sketching, user flows, or high value features. In conclusion, Agent 3 is a big deal because it shifts AI tools closer to being independent collaborators rather than assistants that need constant handholding. It's more autonomous, smarter in detecting and fixing its own mistakes, capable of building workflows and bots, and more flexible in how you begin, prototype versus full app, for example. All of that gives it a chance to autocomplete many current tools in the vibe coding space, especially when you value speed, iteration, and lower friction. So let's go ahead and use Replit Agent 3 to build out a simple web app that I've been wanting to build for the longest time. And I've left a link inside the description that you can use to sign up for Replit. If you use that link, you get $10 in free credits. It does help me as well, so make sure to use that link. It doesn't cost you a penny. And if you sign up yourself, you won't get those free credits, so it's a win-win situation. Let's go ahead and build this app. So the app idea is basically a web app that acts like a job board where you have two kinds of profiles, a user profile and talent profile. The talent profile can update its experience, education, skills, any links that they want to provide, and a talent profile or a recruiter profile can post jobs and invite talent profiles to apply for these jobs. I've already written out a PRD by using ChatGPT that you can see that has been pasted over here. So product requirement is the goal is to create a web application that connects talent, job seekers with recruiters, blah, 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 and a whole lot of other functions that it's given it to Replit. Let's just go ahead and start chat and see what happens. So it's going to take some time in configuring the app. And once that's done, the next step should be available to us very soon. So it's doing something. Now it's planning out the actual web app where it's going to give us its own version of the PRD of what it wants us to accomplish. It's going through database integrations. It's creating a comprehensive plan for our job board web app. And now we have a plan that it's given us. I'll include the following features: user registration, talent profile creation, recruiter profile creation, job posting system, clean professional UI. And then we have two options. It's either to build the entire app or start with a design. Let's build the entire app and start building. And you'll see this window where the preview will be available soon. And in this section, you'll see everything that the agent is currently doing. So just hold tight. It might take a while. But I've seen that Replit Agent, even the version 2 or version 1, was much better at giving a first iteration than many of the other tools that I've experimented with. Now you can see over here that it's given us everything that it's going to include inside the app, like user registration, talent profile creation, recruiter profile creation, up till clean professional UI with separate interfaces for talent and recruiter workflows, which is exactly what I wanted. So already I'm pretty impressed. I mean, it's a lot better than what Agent 2 could do and what a lot of the other vibe coding tools can do. But let's wait a little bit longer, see what kind of preview we get for the first iteration. I think now it's moving forward because I see the design generating guidelines, and now it's creating all of these different files for us. And the great thing about these files that it creates is that you can export them and move them into any code editing tool that you have, like, I don't know, Cursor or Visual Studio, whatever you have. Okay, so it's actually created the app for us. And let me just going to remove the camera so that we can see the whole app. Now, it says that it's restarted the start application because it's actually testing the app. It's working through the entire changes, so it's not really done. We have a preview over here, but it's still working through the application because it needs to sort of test it out and make sure that everything works perfectly. Let's give it a little bit longer and see how it's taken a screenshot itself. Normally what I'd have to do is I would have to take a screenshot and tell the agent that, hey, this isn't working or that isn't working. And this way is just testing out the whole thing itself. I hope it doesn't use too many credits because I am on the free plan. And if it uses too many credits, the application might not get built. But let's keep our fingers crossed to see what happens. So you see this message that we just got. The tests for creating talent profile and navigating the dashboard have passed successfully. You can create a profile as Sarah developer and your talent dashboard shows up correctly with your name, title, Let me quickly check the logs, then move to testing the recruiter profile. Okay, it's still testing. So it's tested the talent profile. Now it's going to be testing the recruiter profile. And let's just wait and see what it comes up with. And it looks like it's still testing out everything. And normally what happens is that I would get an app much quicker, but then I would have to run all of these tests myself. But what Replit Agent 3 is doing, it's doing all the tests and it's connecting the dots, tests that I would spend hours doing. And what I'm probably going to get if this works is a fully working app from a one single prompt, which is unheard of. So what happened earlier was we ran out of free credits and therefore it wasn't able to test all of the functions of the application. Now it's continuing the testing. We are testing for managing job postings, and then once it completes the tests, we'll come back to testing the app ourselves. So it looks like we're already done. To be honest, it took 2 hours and 9 minutes of work. So, word of advice, if you start working with Replit Agent 3, you better come prepared that it's going to build the entire thing for you, apparently. Let's go ahead and check what it built out. We're going to click on open this in the incognito window. And then we're going to click on get started. Now, the cool thing with Replit is that it gives you the access to Replit Auth, and it builds it into the app automatically, which basically allows your users to sign up with Google, GitHub, X, Apple, or even email. If you sign up with an email, it actually authorizes the email before the user is allowed to set up with that email address. So we're going to continue with email, and we're going to click on the sign up button. Over here, we're going to give our email and password. Okay, now we're logged in. And right off the bat, I'm not loving how the interface looks. Feels kind of incomplete, to be honest with you. But let's say that I want to get started. Okay, so I either need to select I'm looking for jobs or I'm hiring talent. Let's click on this. Senior recruiter. And the industries it's giving is okay, create profile. And we have our profile created. Yes. That's verified. The job that we just added did not show up. Let's post it again. And we have our job. Okay, this works. Yeah. I can then go to browse jobs, and there are all of these filters which have values in them, which is again not great. So I still do need to go back into the Replit agent and give it more prompts to fix the issues that I'm seeing. So it's not like the agent actually fixes all of the issues off the bat. So my overall findings are that while Replit Agent is going to find and fix most of the issues for you before it delivers its first version, you're still going to have to go back and forth with the agent to fix some of the issues that you find yourself. This is very common across all of the vibe coding tools out there. One thing to call out is that it took me around 2 hours to get to this first version, but that's also because it was finding and fixing issues and applying the Replit Auth as well, which you would have to spend time outside of the vibe coding tool to get sorted. Overall, I recommend this tool if you're trying to deliver a working app and it's important for you to find and fix most of the bigger issues before the first version is delivered. I've left a link inside this description that you can use to sign up for Replit. It'll give you $10 in free credits when you use that link. If you found any sort of value in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.